Your Excellency, Mr. President, Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, this is the essence of your leadership. You did not come to power at a season of ease. You came at a time when the house required more than a painter. It required a builder with the courage to examine the foundation. You inherited a nation standing before difficult questions, a nation trapped between the comfort of all illusions and the necessity of a new beginning. In that defining hour, you choose not to postpone the surgery. You choose not to massage the wound. You choose to confront the contradictions that had held this country hostage for 50 years. That, Mr. President, is the miracle of your courage. What you have done is not simply to administer a government. You have begun the difficult work of re-engineering a nation. You are reminded us that reform is not a banquet. It is a battlefield. It is not a picnic for the faint-hearted. It is a covenant with the future. You also came at a time when West Africa has become a field of dangerous experiments, military adventurism, institutional collapse, and geopolitical miscalculations. Yet your leadership has kept Nigeria steady. You have spoken for democracy without sounding imperial. You have defended constitutional order without abandoning diplomacy. You have engaged the world, not with the insecurity of a begging nation, but with the confidence of a country conscious of its worth. Because of you, Mr. President, Nigeria is not collapsing under the weight of inherited burdens. Nigeria is becoming a case study in courage. Nigeria is becoming a lesson in difficult reform. Nigeria is becoming an example of what happens when leadership chooses the national interest over personal comfort. Your Excellency, permit me to speak not only as your Vice President, but as a witness. I have watched you lead with a calm that conceals the burden of command. I have watched you listen with the patience of a man who understands the mathematics of power. I have watched you decide with the courage of one who knows that the verdict of history is often kinder than the noise of the moment. I have watched you carry this nation, not as a trophy of conquest, but as a sacred trust. Your Excellency, the withdrawal of the fuel subsidy, you kept it as a top secret. It wasn't part of your speech. It wasn't a spur of the moment decision. You have made that decision, but kept it close to your heart. Because you believe that if you had incorporated it into your speech, some people will try to persuade you not to do so. That's the courage of leadership. That's the audacity of hope. That is the effrontery to see into the future. I know, Mr. President, that every governor gathered here today is grateful. They are grateful not only because your reforms have expanded their allocations and strengthened their capacity to deliver, but because you have given them a stable political family, a house with pillars strong enough to carry the weight of our collective aspirations, a platform from which they can serve their people without the distractions of political openhood or the anxieties of a fractured future. Your Excellency, Mr. President, in this sacred season, we pray that God continues to fortify your spirit, protect your health, and reward your sacrifices. May He make the pain of today the harvest of tomorrow. May He make your reforms the foundation upon which a stronger Nigeria shall rise. May He make your name a bridge between the anxieties we inherited and the prosperity we are building. On behalf of my colleagues in the National Economic Council, Your Excellency, Eid Mubarak. Thank you, and more God bless us all.